Hello class. As this being our first day of e-learning, I just want to walk you through how we're going to do these sort of video lessons. Today I'm going to go through 4.5, which you already should have read through. It's going to be a pretty quick video. You guys also should have completed the questions at the end of 4.5. If you haven't, I'm going to give you guys a little grace and have those questions be due tomorrow at 9 a.m. as well as the wireless protocol, the Wireshark protocol assignment. Every assignment from now on is going, unless otherwise specified, is going to be due at 9 a.m. the following day. So the assignment I'm giving you guys today will be due tomorrow at 9 a.m. The overall format would be maybe a video lesson like this, or maybe a research project. Gary's going to have a little bit of that today, or go through the book or something like that. I'm going to try not to read the book to you every day, but there are some things in here that I do want to go over. So with that being said, here we go. So this is talking about securing wireless LANs. And one of the big things that that happen is called war driving, and that is where people drive around until they get a network or they know of a network, and they'll sit outside the house and they'll try to break in. It's an antenna out the door connected to a computer, and it's just trying to break in, trying to find the easy access. So this is an important thing that we need to make sure that when we set up our network, that we change the default passwords, we implement wireless encryption, and we do all of these things because war driving is something that's out there. And one easy thing you can do is you can turn off the beacon. So whenever you guys come into school and you guys connect to your Wi-Fi, or you go home and you bring out your phone, you see your Wi-Fi address or your Wi-Fi network name. You can turn that off to where you don't see it and you have to physically type it in on your phone. And that is what turning off the SSID beacon is, or broadcast the beacon. It just turns that off, and so you have to know the name of the network exactly. Capitals and all that, I think, are a big deal in that. And then you enter in the password. So this is a pretty easy way to prevent people from seeing your wireless network and even knowing that you have one. It does not prevent you from interfering with other networks. It doesn't like make your network invisible to everyone else. You just can't see the name. It's still there. It's still working. So yeah, it just doesn't separate you or anything like that. It just turns off the name. So then, as we've gone over before, packet sniffing, by disabling the beacon, it gets the casual snoopers, so that people like, oh hey, Jimmy's got a network over there, let me see if I can get on it. And then we also have this is starting to go into how encryption works. So you have 802.11, you have two ways. You have open and share key. Open authentication basically means that the correct SSID is being used. Share key authentication, a packet of text is sent by the access point to the client with the instruction to encrypt the text and return to the access point. Basically, one's encrypted, one's not. One's open, one you have to have a share key. And then they have different types of encryption here. WEP, wireless equivalent privacy, is not good at all. It's not used anymore. It was the standard, and now it's not. We've actually moved on to WPA and WPA2. WPA2 is probably what you want to use at home. Excuse me. So the way WEP, so it wasn't strong enough for wireless connection network. WEP wasn't, so they moved to WPA. And what WPA does, actually, you have to authenticate the user. And so I have a little picture. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Here it is. So this supplicant is your machine, and it's talking to the authenticator, which would be your access point. And then you have this authentication server. And so what Radius is later in the chapter is a form of authentication, authorization, and accounting. Those AAA, that's a networking and security plus term. You guys will need to know that. AAA, authentication, authorization, and authentication. And accounting, authentication means, is this someone, are you who you say you are? Authorization is, do you have access? And accounting is, what are you doing? So it's you do need to know that. So once the authentication server tells the authenticator that your supplicant can join the Wi-Fi, you can then get internet access. These EAPs, those are just protocols, and it's the only way your machine can talk to the authenticator and the authentication server is by sending these EAP messages, which are in the book, as you can see here, Extensible Authentication Protocol. So that's basically what's going on in here. Radius, again, Radio Remote Authentication Dial-in Service, that is the AAA. That is the thing, that is the type of authentication where it checks who you are. Are you who you are? Are you who you say you are? Do you get access, and what are you doing? And then these are just some ways to keep your network secure. Make sure the wireless security features are turned on. So many people don't do that. They just use default passwords, default this, default that, as we've gone over ad nauseum in the class. So that's one of the things you want to do. Firewalls and intrusion detection. Intrusion detection, you guys probably don't have to deal with at home. I don't think my router has intrusion detection services, but it does have firewalls. Improve authentication, so make sure you have 802.1x feature, so you're using WPA, you're using Wpa2, those sorts of things. You can use third-party applications to install, which I have not done, but you guys may want to. And then whenever possible, use encrypted services. So always encrypt your information. Yeah, that's it for this chapter. You guys should, actually, if I scroll down too far, you guys will get the answers. So please continue, please finish the section 4.5 review, as well as the Wireshark protocols and the assignment that I'm going to post right after this video. Yeah, other than that, have a good day.